You got the touch.
Where is this?
Fire right! Surprise!
Then she punches somebody.
Okay, so Victus and Odo, you approach a portion of the campus for the Arcane University, the north of the city. It is hustling and bustling. There are many students. Probably quite a few of them would have been Gronuses, except that they don't have classes today for some strange reason.
I just walk around. You're welcome.
I had a midterm. I didn't sleep.
Shut up.
Shut up, fool.
You're letting it no concern of mine. No. Okay. Well, I'd say I'm just walking through the campus. I guess I just stop one or two as I'm going past and just ask where Bloodfilch's office would be.
Right. Well, they indicated to you I think they mentioned it's like room 689 inside of the C building, which is the large marble-clad building just to the east of the campus center.
Okay. I head in said direction. When I get to the building, I obviously leave Eve outside.
Very good. There are no pets allowed.
Does that mean I have to stay outside?
They're not pets, Odo, unless you want to turn into a wolf again.
Odo Wolfo.
I like being a wolf. I don't remember it, but I like it.
Odo Wolfu. Do you not remember that?
I wasn't here for that.
Oh yeah, were you? No, it's when you
That's
told
why
me
I was wolf, yeah.
It's when you turned into a wolf and then you weren't here and we just called you Odo Wolful. Woeful. What wolf? Odo Woeful.
No, that's just regular.
We just
That's
gave
normal.
up. Gronus, yeah, Gronus was a teacher. Of course he was.
Yeah. Alchemy.
Alchemy.
Not necessarily a good teacher, but a teacher.
Hey, I'd love to have him as a teacher. Sounds epic.
Well, they would definitely, like, they'd give you very large margins in terms of, like, submitting work and stuff, but they would be, like, awful at the actual, like, lecturing and stuff periods.
Yeah, they just blow stuff up.
Yeah, more or less. They'd be like my old secondary school chemistry teachers, where Thermite was every lesson.
Wait,
That
what,
was
in the
amazing
end,
lesson.
what happened to the injured wolf? There was only two wolves, and
One of them was Odo.
yeah. So I don't know. Mongo almost hurt, but well, it did, but nothing happened. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I make my way in as much as I can, I assume, before I find the room, or if I'm stopped.
You are able to locate Bloodfilch's office quite happily. There's a sort of gold-laced nameplate across the door, along with a small little piece of paper that describes their latest book and where it can be purchased.
I actually think in my inventory I still have his book.
Yeah.
Hey.
From that one time that you tried to convince his bodyguards to let you pass by having Odo summon a lion.
Yeah, that was good times. I can't remember, what is it we discussed then? It was about was it about the purple worm? I can't remember.
It was, and it was to, well, he managed to clarify that it was indeed not a summoned monster of any kind.
Ah, okay. Well, with that knowledge, I would not have gone. Actually, no, actually wouldn't. I'm still trying to. The information we're trying to find out is where. I don't think how he would have got into the city. I don't think I asked that before. And possibly if he knows. Okay, no, I'll still go in. I still have questions. It's fine.
Okay, so I'm presuming that you knock on the door.
Yeah.
Right. Odo, where are you? Are you just following Victus at this point?
I'm just steadily behind him, looking around, going, "Ooh,
Education.
So this is what
Big
education
walls.
looked like.
so many books." Rather strange, really.
To be fair, Victus isn't much better.
So this is where A levels are born.
A levels?
Where do they get drunk? I don't see a
This is where
bar
degrees are born.
This is where the socially acceptable people are born. Not us.
So this is what
Socially
GCSE
acceptable.
Right. Yes.
Mr. Bloodfilch, can I enter?
Who is it?
You may remember me from such films, name. You may remember me from the incident that happened at your pleasant signing. I have a few more questions if you're willing to take the time to answer them about the purple worm incident.
Come in.
Right, so I enter in then. So I apologise. I don't want to take up too much of your time, sir, but there are some pressing matters we still need to concern to.
Entering the room, you find that the walls are pretty much stacked to the ceiling with various books and documents and whatnot, and in between two giant piles of them is Bloodfilch's actual desk. It is a rich laminated mahogany, very lovely affair, and it is just splayed over what would seem to be parts of a manuscript. In front of the desk are two different chairs, which are fairly cheap, not nearly as comfortable as the one he's sitting on. And the half-ox frame does kind of fill in the room behind him. He bids you very quickly to sit down.
Okay, well, I do, sir. Just thank you for meeting. Thank you for meeting us. I know your time is precious.
Make it quick, I have a class in 10 minutes.
Will do. It shouldn't take that long. I don't know whether you would have heard, but the purple worm has been taken care of. Thankfully, so the city is safe in that respect. But we do need to find out the pressing matter of where it came from. Now I know that you gracefully gave us some of your time, and we know it's not a summoned creature. We have come across some more information that possibly that the city of Tarhuneval may possibly have something to do with it. I was wondering if you would possibly know of any way of first transporting the worm, a worm of that magnitude, to the city, or if there's any past discretions of that city which would, or anyone in that city at all who would have the power necessary to bring it here.
I highly doubt it. There is no formal government inside of Tarhuneval.
Oh, really? Okay.
There was several hundred years ago, but according to our best records, it was dissolved via revolution and hasn't been stabilized ever since. At best, you might find a particularly powerful warlord in a small portion of Tarhuneval, but there is no ruling government. If there are any grudges to be had there, then they will not be able to risk anything against Edgekirk.
Okay, and with the second question, forgetting Tarhuneval, what would you, if say you were to transport the worm here, how would you go about it?
Quite simply, I couldn't. It is impossible.
Okay, so with that in mind, then it's probably been cultivated here, somehow.
Also unlikely. Transporting a purple worm egg, which is, by the way, the size of this room, would somewhat gather notice, and it wouldn't survive the trip through the cold outside.
Okay, well, with all these facts in mind, do you have any knowledge of how this would even be possible?
The only way that this could possibly have arrived here would be if something had pierced the realms. However, that would not be possible without deific interference.
When he says out of character, when he says pierce the realms, are we talking like portal style sort of thing? You know, coming through.
Pretty
portal.
much.
Okay, so literally. Okay, so
We're talking like gateway to another world kind of thing.
okay, we're talking Oblivion gates basically.
Yeah.
And what kind of a person would have this sort of power?
No one. No mage in antiquity to today has ever managed to do what would be necessary to do that. We are talking gods.
A great and powerful sorcerer, Amihu.
It seems we're dealing with more than anything in this world. Thank you. Your time again is most appreciated. With that, I head out.
Very well, close the door behind you.
I do. For fuck's sake!
He's not helpful at all.
You know, I think we're just not meant to be paid for this job. I think that's. I think the payment would just make us OP, and that's.
Let's just move to Kirkhead, guys.
Let's buy a house.
Just take a long
It
walk north and go
seems
through the
like-
air's edge. Come
We,
out the other
we
side.
buy a house, we start our own YouTube channel, we live on the funds, it'd be great. Fine.
So basically, the only way
Wait.
this is happening is basically divine intervention.
But we've gone through magical walls, which seem to act like portals.
Oh,
Well,
what
just
the?
not-
what
Well,
the-
no, it's
It's
illusion
a
magic.
solution magic.
Yeah.
Could that not possibly act like a portal though?
The only thing which even sounds close to this is when suddenly you disappeared and ended up in wherever it was you ended up. I can't
The
remember.
riverbank.
Yeah, the river.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, well,
Are we sure the worm isn't just a homunculi in a worm costume like the Chinese dragons?
praise the moon egg. Lol. Okay, well, we'll say that I
Are we
hit.
sure that this is actually a purebred purple worm and not something that's been kind of genetically modified or bred through the use of magic to become a purple worm?
Well, I was going to say.
So an alchemical experiment is what you're saying there, then?
Maybe.
Oh, geez, I wonder who the best alchemist in the city would be.
Shame that.
Yeah.
Just let me at him.
So what are you two going to do then? Odo and Victus.
Well, I'm just gonna. I mean, if you want to roleplay, you know, it's just as it seems the further we go into this, the less we know. So at that point, I'm just gonna sort of, you know, sigh and just head on back to where Gronus has been held, so we can meet up with Tari and Mongol. And then I assume you can give the idea of doing the thing underground. That's what I do anyway.
Okay.
Right, so hopping over back to Tari and Mungo, who are still trying to argue with the guard to get a pass to see Gronus. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I can't let...
You broke up quite a bit there.
Yeah, he's frozen.
It's
Oh,
lying
no.
robots in disguise.
He's not lying. He's not lagging. He's lying.
You're actually
I think we've
Decepticon.
lost
Uh,
line. Oh wait.
Oh, you're back. Good.
Yep.
Hey!
Oh yay!
Back.
testing.
You're fine. You're good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Tasting.
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I can't let you through.
You still here?
Yes?
There we go.
Yeah, he
Did it
said.
seriously just... Is
No,
it just
I-
breaking up on that one sentence?
No,
I think you were just a little bit abrupt there, so I thought you
Ah,
stood still. So I was kind
I'm
of
sorry, I'm afraid I can't let you through.
when you Mungo, you find it harder and harder to remain friend. He's saying that out loud. It also crack his knuckles.
Be that as it may, sir, I'm afraid I'm just doing my job. I'm under orders.
When you Mungo give orders to not be under orders.
Mungo, go inside. Oh, okay.
When you Mungo, you also under orders to see Gronus.
It's just like a crayon.
Tari, what are you up to?
I want to picture.
I don't know what else we can do apart from what we're doing now.
Beat shit out of him.
Yeah, that's probably the only option now. Beat him up.
Yes, beat up
No.
a guard in the reception of a guard barracks.
Yeah,
Next to the
yeah,
Temple of
it's
Saint
not the
Cuthbert.
smartest idea in the world.
No.
Perfect.
But what is the smartest idea is going, well, Mungo can rage one more time. If the guards come towards us, we show them some blood.
No.
actually lying? Is it out of character for a second? Is it possible to actually talk to your divines in this?
And then talk to your god?
Yeah.
It's possible. It doesn't happen very often.
Okay.
But there is actually one divine spell that's fairly high up that does actually allow you to talk directly to your god.
Okay. But it's possible still to do it without that, just not always going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lying.
One is you contacting them, the other is they'll call you.
I'll call you.
Don't call us, we'll call you.
Mungo is going to try and bluff the guard again. Wait. He's going to say, "Look, a giant purple worm."
Right, roll it.
Oh, please believe it.
What are the odds?
Bluff the guard.
Maybe that's where you went wrong. Trying to bluff the wrong entity.
Yeah. Sorry. Let me just correct that.
There we go.
You just keep
Insufficient.
You're not Arme anymore, face it.
None of us have any idea what to do at this point.
Well, I'm still walking
Get
back
through.
So...
Oh well, yeah,
well,
I'm
that's
with
the
you.
thing.
I, kind
I
of
don't know
walk
what
back
else we can do because the guard is adamant we're not getting into
Mungo's just going to
Synchronous.
past him and go in.
No, because we've asked to see the guy in charge as well. We can't get in through that, that means so.
Is there a back entrance?
Huh?
An open window, perhaps.
It's a barracks. There
they
are
have
guards
windows.
everywhere.
Mungo's going to go down the side alley and then climb on top of the building.
There are guards
And start throwing
everywhere.
I'm not joking. That is my plan right now.
You're going to Mission Impossible it.
I'm going to scale the building, and if there is an open window, I will go through it.
I need friend. Oh.
Right, so Odo and Victus, are you headed for the same barracks?
Yeah, I'm
You're
in
here
next
for
is
yourself.
where they said they were going.
Who's walking there slow?
Metal Gear Mungo.
And if I didn't know he was there, then Odo would have. So.
Yeah. Okay, well, whilst Mungo is mulling over the Mission Impossible theme tune inside of his head, Odo and Victus also enter the barracks.
Enter the barracks.
We're in basically
We're
the door.
in-
You're in the reception area basically.
Oh, okay.
Hello. Hello.
That's pretty dirty.
Hello.
Odo, could you make a spot check?
Sure. One sec. Let me just do a find.
Oh, by the way, I took Eve with me.
Right.
Oh.
You did not, in fact, leave Eve on the university campus.
We're just sitting there panting.
Oh, puppy!
Our bite.
Victor said. There you go. Turn.
Okay, you looking around as you enter the reception, you notice that one or two of the guards seems like they might recognize you.
Hello. Hello, stranger.
Fight!
Do you know where my friends are? Once,
They're
all-
you're in the same reception. They're in front of you.
Oh right. I thought Mungo was walking around the back.
No, Mungo still has the Mission Impossible theme in their
Oh,
head.
so he's just there going. Fair enough.
Mungo's trying to find the source of
It's
the
like
sound.
12 o'clock in the morning.
No, I've just got this picture in my head. Odo's gone up to the the sort of reception desk. His friends are right behind him in the chairs. He's going, "Can you tell me where my friends are, please?" And the reception just points behind him.
I'm a lost child.
Oh, hello there.
Where's my daddy?
Sorry,
Easy,
I've not
Daddy.
drank in at least an hour. I'm a little bit sober. So, are you guys any further ahead with finding out anything? Payment?
money.
Monies.
Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get to see Gronus. We've tried our best to get past the guards.
No, we haven't.
Have you asked nicely?
Well, yes, we're
Oh,
not going to attack the guards
please.
because this is a barracks after all.
Well, you've asked nicely. The only other option is to let Mango go loose.
No.
Because that really reeks of, we're really responsible, law-abiding citizens. And we really
Yeah.
want to see this person who very recently was attacked.
How about we bribe them?
With all this going on, I saw Victor saw. Oh, is he even conscious? Looking over to the reception, whoever's there. Is Gronus
Professor
even conscious?
Professor Gronus is conscious and talking, but however, we cannot allow them to be visited.
Well, yeah, just annoying.
When's the nearest time that he'll be allowed to be visited by an investigation team?
That will depend upon the progress of the investigation.
Okay, is it possible if in an absolute dire situation we could communicate via what's the word? Written parchment? We have no need to visit. We may not have need to visit, but if we have information which is crucial to the city's survival, city's safety, aka the Purple Worm, which he has been helping us with a lot, is it possible we could, as I said, converse by parchment, which this is completely controlled by you then?
Any messages you pass via paper will have to be examined by our experts, but we may allow for you to do that.
Okay, thank you.
I should note that analysis is mostly so that you don't just put like explosive ruins on the paperwork.
But
Why don't you just
Stuff happened.
Why don't you just tell them to tell Gronus that we're here? Just
because more for the fact that they can get that wrong. We can write stuff. So
Yeah.
So basically, you write on the paper, "We're here."
also
We will find you.
also
You have a set of skills.
You cannot hide.
it's just a
We
big.
know what you did.
it's like the Brotherhood thing in Sky in like Elder Scrolls. It's just like the hand print.
We know. I have a set of skills. Skills which will make me a nightmare for people like you.
I can burn down buildings.
Odo, not Odo. Sorry, isn't he still oh damn it! Isn't Mungo still scaling the building?
No.
No, he's
Mungo has
doing
left
He's,
stuff.
he's thinking
Mungo's
about scaling the building.
contemplating it.
Oh, okay.
He's now started making motions
Gestures.
to climb the building, but still in his seat.
There's been another Mungo. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the one that was on your Twitter?
Silverheader, yeah.
The tooth is awesome.
The tooth is essential to his power.
Where is this?
It's on stream in a minute.
Okay.
I couldn't see it for a while, but then I found it.
I have a question for Mungo. He signs papers with his hand or his fist.
Yes.
You know what there needs to be? An Ask FM.
For Mungo?
For Mungo.
Yeah.
I could probably set that up.
Wouldn't take very long.
I think that Mungo probably just does a fingerprint
That is actually really good.
or a hand smear.
I like it. I like it very
That's
much.
really cool.
To be honest, that's pretty much how I've been imagining him. To be honest.
The tooth makes all the difference.
It really does.
It really
He
does.
signs papers with hugs. Oh, that's a good one.
Okay. Anyway, we've come in there. We've figured out a way to contact Gronus if need be.
Yeah.
I'll just inform you that actually, I'll take Tari outside actually and have a word with her.
Right.
Okay.
So take her outside. We went to Bloodfilch, and basically with the knowledge that we've gathered from Gronus and him, basically it's impossible for the worm to have been brought here in any way, and the only way that this is even possible is by divine intervention.
How do you mean divine intervention?
only the gods could do something like this. Apparently.
Like what exactly?
Bringing the worm here and it being here in the first place is the only... Apparently this is the only way... What was the word you used? Lying these, I forgot what the word you used was. To describe...
Divine intervention?
No, it was... begin with an E? Imporal or something like that? No? I can't remember. You I think so. I don't know. When I was talking to Bloodfilch, whatever. It was. I think it was the word to describe like portal, basically.
I don't remember.
Whatever.
Well,
That time of night.
Basically, there's
Yeah.
the only way it could have been. It's basically impossible for anyone in this world of ours to have done it. No one is powerful enough. The only way this could have been done is by a god.
Right, okay. So we're looking for someone with basically godlike powers.
Well, in roleplay, he came to you because obviously you would know the most out of the party.
Mm.
So I don't know if there's a role she can do. Is there any role for it at all?
Is there any role?
Roll religion or something?
Just pray.
Knowledge religion would be the appropriate thing here.
I don't have any.
Don't you?
The paladin doesn't have knowledge religion.
I would
I
have
have
thought that'd
knowledge
be
religion, but it's 0.
would that not be
Huh.
default?
Wow.
Surely a paladin would have a bonus of some kind. Surely.
No.
It's a class skill, so if you put 1 point into it, then you should get like an extra something, shouldn't you?
Huh. You actually didn't put any ranks into knowledge religion. Wow.
Oh, well, you still have it though, didn't
Yeah, I
you?
still have it, but it's.
Give it a
I
go.
didn't realize that. I had to put ranks
It's
into it. though.
it's fine.
You don't have to. It's just unusual to find a paladin that doesn't know anything about religion.
It's fine.
Why
It's fine.
do
Again,
I believe in
I'll
this
still
God?
do a roll, but it'll
Yeah.
just be.
Guys, why do I believe in this God? I always forget.
To be fair, I believe in the saint of
Saint Cuthbert, god of
Saint Cuth-
retribution, vengeance, and justice.
yeah. So
But why?
it's not exactly they're not exactly a god.
Well, that is a god.
No, saints not gods.
It's a name.
You wouldn't know.
roll the religion anyway. We'll see what
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. And if not, to be fair, you know, you still possibly a newer recruit into it, so we could always visit your
Yeah,
your
17.
leader.
That's not bad.
That's a good roll actually.
Okay, 17. What is it you're looking to know exactly?
I guess if roleplay terms, if I was going to her, Victor doesn't really believe in all this. But he obviously she would know the most. So I guess possibly either. Can I ask multiple things?
Yep.
Okay, so one possibly, maybe has there been like written in script a god, you know, that has possibly, you know, has used purple worms in that, or like has been known to do this sort of thing, or possibly a god which is maybe, I don't know, maybe it's written in scripture or something that they will return at this time, or you know, if there's any god that would do this sort of thing, I guess.
With a 17, Tari is unaware of any god who has ever, like, issued divine purple worms for anything.
That sounds so stupid when you put it like that.
Yeah. Go forth, my minions, and conquer.
Not specifically worm, but I mean like retribution
Yeah.
against humankind.
And she is also unaware of any impending, like, second comings.
Via worm.
Yeah, that makes
There
sense.
isn't a god of worms, so
Damn it!
there's a god. There are 2 gods of dragons who are called Wyrms, but that's about it.
Worms.
Yeah, Bahamut and Tiamat,
Nice.
but
Right.
not worms.
Okay. Okay, well, with that, just said, okay, well, I don't know much about this, but maybe it might be worth talking to the leader of your, whatever it is, your, again, this is a roleplay because he doesn't really
Yeah,
know. Your order. Possibly, as I said, I'm at a loss. I really am.
Yeah, I think that's possibly a good idea, actually.
When you Mungo, as a child, you had pet hamster. Mungo kept feeding hamster, and it grew big.
Okay.
I think Mungo is suggesting that someone had the worm originally as a pet.
I know what he was going at with that. That's...
Mongo, according to the information that we gathered, the egg itself would have been as big as a room.
When you Mungo, you know about all sorts of magics that could change something from one thing to another.
Victus knows nothing of magic, so...
This is true. You could have made the egg a lot smaller until it was needed to be something else.
But the egg still would not have survived the travel here, though.
When you Mungo, you know of magic called transmutant.
Transmognification.
Maybe.
Actually, honestly, as a druid, would there be anything? Would there be any knowledge, of anyone of like the whole wild shape thing? How far exactly does that go? As in, like, what can you turn into? Or is it like just limitless?
The top tier of it is turning into an elder elemental, but you can turn into, let's see, you can turn into various sizes of things. You can turn into an elemental. You can turn into animals.
Can you turn into magical animals?
I believe there is indeed one after a point, but then I might be feigning ignorance to throw you off the trail.
Yeah, I know how you work.
I think the best option is what you suggested, Victus.
Actually, I think that both of them are a good idea. So
Yeah,
now I'm going
okay.
to. So now I'm. Is there a role that the druid can do to figure out? Would he know?
Intelligence, I guess, might be the trick. I don't think there isn't exactly a knowledge druid.
Well, I was thinking like knowledge nature, possibly, or just because he's a druid, would he have learned it at one point?
As Mungo spent some time with Ameudro, is there a possibility that in his warped and insufficient knowledge of magic, he could somehow stumble upon a way of somebody being able to change an animal into another animal? As in, manage to somehow find a logic to it, which would be just glanced over by most people.
Okay, Odo, you have heard tell of legends and myths surrounding extremely powerful druids who can indeed turn into magical beasts.
A lead! A lead!
No, a leash.
And Muffins, would you like to make an intelligence check as well, please?
Oh, I would love to.
I swear to God, if it turns out to be a druid, I so should have seen it coming.
It was me all along.
I never get good rolls.
Not today, no.
Right, Mungo can't really get his head much around magic, but he's pretty sure that there is a whole thing in it about turning something into something else, and there might be something that could turn something into something else that was kind of like a worm that wasn't a worm to begin with.
When you Mungo, you say all this stuff.
That's actually, to be honest, that's good for a 5. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It might just be bollocks, though. I think it's
Vague and completely unsubstantiated statement. Yes.
yeah.
AKA bollocks.
If you rolled like almost any lower, then I would have been starting to talk like, you think there is magic.
Magic is real.
Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Ha.
Okay, so. Okay,
This
so.
is funny.
Okay, so obviously, I assume Odo like tells that.
Yes.
Okay. Well, in that case, it might be possible. So that's another possible good lead then. Maybe possibly find if we could maybe even speak to the Lord or someone like that, so an official to find. Or I'm assuming like they probably know what residents come into the city. So you know if there are any druids hanging around or anything like that. Actually, would Odo know what would happen to a druid if they died in wild shape?
They die.
Quite probably. Quite probably.
As in, like, when they die, do they just turn back, or do they just stay as they are?
Druid, why don't we make one at home? Here's one I did earlier.
Odo, would
What
you
do I
like to
roll?
make a roll for this, please?
Intelligent roll?
Yep. Same as last.
9.
Okay.
I know nothing.
This is no. I wish.
Does he manage to get it with a 9?
With a 9, you're reasonably certain that any druid that dies whilst in wild shape reverts to their original form.
Shit.
So it's not druid.
Well, we don't know though because he rolled low. So again, he could just be an
Okay. Yeah.
idiot. So,
Considering all the alcohol he drinks, possible.
Brain cells, what are those?
If only I was Amayudra right now. I could.
If you were Amayudra right now, then it'd be very easy to make a roll regarding transmutation school.
Yeah.
And the fact that polymorph is a 4th level spell.
Yeah. No, I've had this figured out for a while. Like, haven't been able to say it.
Yep.
I might
Ooh,
message
Sappy
you
has
on
chocolate.
this just to see if I've got the right kind of thing. If you haven't already kind of got what I'm hinting at.
I love the chat. Arme's dead. Move on.
God.
So harsh.
Okay. Well,
Firebox Mungo actually has it all figured out, but only puts that much into words.
okay. So with Odo's, with the idea of a druid basically down the drain for now, we needing to seek out further religious advice. I turn to Mungo. Mungo,
Yep.
do you have possible? What was it you were talking about earlier? He's hanging his head down a little bit. It's like, okay.
Oh,
This is
God,
basically talking to like the 11-year-old who had an idea.
When you Mungo, you think you can turn animals into other animals using magic.
Is that something the? No, not going. No, not doing it.
Is that something the great and powerful
Nigel Thornberry Olsen. Right. Okay.
Maybe an alchemist could change one thing to something else, like a homunculi into rhino, for example.
Huh. Maybe.
Make
Can
his
I?
dad be
Can I? Actually,
fine.
can I? I don't know. Would I have to roll anything to remember, like, put 2 and 2 together, as in like change something to other animal and like okay, the homunculi are turning into rhinos.
Make it a wisdom.
Wisdom.
If you don't roll high now, I might just kill myself.
Not on camera, please.
I do have. Okay, I have. Okay, well, bad news. I have 0. So 15.
Yay! You are able to draw the dots between turn something into something else and homunculi into rhino by an alchemical mixture.
Okay, well, with that,
Mungo's a genius!
with that, is what like alchemy. He says, "What like alchemy?"
Oh.
He says,
Mango, this
Muffins.
is you.
Mungo, no. Mungo, just remember, I'm a ultra.
No.
Talk.
That's a good point.
Mungo going to climb building now.
If that is the case, then we need to see Gronus.
We got there.
Wait. Out of character. If it's alchemist, then that could lead to the possible like who did it with the fire as well. Like it's
Possibly,
all
yeah.
linked.
First and foremost, though, we need to possibly find that out.
Yeah, I know.
Which means, by the way, we're outside at this point, away from the guard.
Mungo is going to start climbing the building.
Can I grab Mungo for a second? Just wait, friend. We may be able to do this in a better way.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'll do that then.
When you Mungo, you listen.
Good friend. Okay, well, in that case, and Victor sort of looks up at Tari. We need to get in there.
Yeah, I
When
agree.
you Mungo, you can climb.
Realizing that Tari's probably not getting the hint, we need to get in there, possibly not in nice ways.
Oh. Am I to turn my back then on this situation?
Not necessarily. We just need to get in there without permission.
We're doing it for vengeance.
I just need to ask, has Victus taken his hand off of Mungo?
I imagine he would have, as he walked off, he would have grabbed him and sort of pulled, sort of just stopped him. And then as Mungo sort of came back into, I'm imagining the circle of friendship, I probably would have let go.
Mungo's just going to walk up to the building and start climbing it.
I run over and stop him.
I actually put my hand in front of Odo.
Mungo is going to size up the building, look for an entry point, and climb up it.
I don't know what to do though, because I can't join you guys for that.
Do you say that?
Yeah, I can't join you guys if you're going to get in to somewhere without
That's-
permission. I can't join you.
Would you rather accompany us and make sure that crazy Mungo person doesn't go psycho and kill a load of people whilst simultaneously breaking a few of your rules, or stay true to your rules and potentially put the lives of many guardsmen and Mungo himself in danger? You Mungo, you say that.
And with that,
Oh, can
I
I
believe we'll call it.
check?
Why do I have to blood in?
Nice climb, man.
He's been dying to roll that climb
Yeah.
check, haven't you?
And with
Yeah.
that, I believe we'll call it a
Celebrate for
night.
while.
Yeah, we'll call it a night there.
Because we're all getting kind of loopy.
It's hugging
Right,
time!
It's hugging.
I thought that it was.
If you could have figured out a way to, before, with getting the point... Oh, God, that would have been so... Oh, just because you're Mungo, lol.
You know that I suspected that since before Mungo.
Why didn't you say anything?
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
So you had
God.
suspicions beforehand, and you didn't say that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you know how bad that could have...
Streams out of us,
Do you know how awfully bad that could have turned out if he was dead right now? I mean, I have the utmost faith in lying that there would have been a way to figure it out. But good God.
I basically
I ain't
had
saying nothing.
suspicions.
That's basically killing the quest giver.
I basically had the suspicions when I looked through the spell list.
Oh, so you meted it then.
No, like, as Ame Udro was a sorcerer, I mean, I basically had to meta it with Mungo. However, I then used the thing of Ame Udro as a spellcaster, so maybe he overheard it or something like that.
Yeah. Which is
Ame
quite fun.
Udro already had the suspicions, right?
Yes.
He just didn't want to mention it because he was so pissed off with you guys for like handing him on a platter to Gronus.
Oh,
So this is
dear.
basically payback.
Yeah.
From beyond the grave.
Oh my god.
Because we decided to let someone give you a few potions.
As a necessary payment in part of the quest.
Yeah.
Give and I forced. It's all the same, really.
Yeah, Odo didn't help there.
To be fair, the person who came worse out of that was freaking Odo.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That was my revenge on him.
Okay, well, after that many streams, figuring out something we could have figured out about 4 streams ago. Oh my god.
Don't you just love me?
I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, we figured it out. Ah.
It's done!
If you look back on the streams, I have been saying it for like a while, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, the way you said it was very jokingly. So it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
you didn't say it as in,
Oh, just-
it could actually be this.
I can't just outright say it. That's against my humour.
No, you can't, but you could have figured out a way to.
Yeah.
But I just missed you.
Well, either way, you've done it now. We're very proud.
Oh.
Thank you. Because I was getting to the point of, like, I was going to go on an epic quest to talk to a god.
Hey, you still could.
I noticed all that happening. And Jesus Christ. Oh.
That kind of god.
God.
So
Well, the thing
guys-
is, roleplay-wise, my character has no knowledge of magic. Because I didn't put anything in wisdom. I have 0 knowledge of magic, so I wouldn't have guessed it. So,
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed it either.
And I'm a
I
borderline
just
drunk.
want to point out, if it's possible for Odo to turn into animals,
yes,
Is
but
it-
he's a druid, and they also turn back.
Yeah.
it's often possible for other stuff to happen as well. I mean, plus, we'd seen the rhinos.
The rhinos were it. The rhinos were the answer.
Anyway, either way, we had no reason to distrust Gronus anyway, apart from the face of freaking madman. But anyway. Thank you for bringing it up. Thank you for sharing with the class.
You're welcome.
Oh, God.
I could have withheld it for another few streams.
You could have.
You could
but-
have.
We're just
Good
all
fuck.
going crazy while you're like sat there all smug and stuff. I know the answer.
Well,
But
I know the answer, and I can neither confirm nor deny whether you have it accurately.
either way, next stream should
You
be
see,
next stream
the
should be
thing is-
interesting for multiple reasons, not
You know-
just the fact that Mongo's climbing a freaking building.
I was just going to say, right? We're still acting as if I've definitely got it right.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
It's the most plausible answer though.
Yeah, but a few minutes ago, so was God.
He still is. So
Yeah.
either way, as much knowledge as possible. And to be honest, with the way things have been going, the way this works,
It's something.
it's something.
I just get a
Yeah.
feeling next week we're gonna get in there and Lion's just gonna have a piece of paper and go, bluff.
No, it'll just be a middle finger. That's all.
Oh, man.
dear. Okay. Anyway, thank you for everyone for coming to the stream. Thank you
Thank
to
you.
Mikachi, Monkey, and God, Elliot, and of course our benevolent overlord, Lying. Is there anything you guys want to mention?
I love you all.
It's fun to know everything.
Check us all out. We all have
Yeah.
channels apart from Elliot.
I used to have one, but I forgot the password to it.
Start a new one.
Yeah.
Too much effort typing in a username and password.
It's start a new one. It's just so much effort making videos.
That as well.
How much of
I can't disagree with there, I'm afraid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully the
Oh,
stream
that's-
will be happening next week. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Should be
Should
good.
be.
Fingers crossed on that.
I'm not here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Elliot was
So
not here.
Mungo climbing a building thing is not gonna happen.
Or at least it'll happen like off camera.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
it-
Okay.
as
Mungo
long-
climbing the building takes the entire episode. We're just stood on the bottom going,
Well,
I think it'd be done by
Well,
now.
either
I know at least 2 people here who know of a cliff that did basically that.
yeah. Right. Okay. So anyway, yeah. As long as 3 of us are here next week, we can figure something out. Whether it's that or
Yeah.
or a one shot
Yeah.
or something like that. So there should still be a stream next week anyway.
Sorry, but I'm not here next week.
It's fine. you
It's
know.
your birthday, you're allowed to.
Yeah, you're allowed.
Yeah.
So there should be a stream. Again, just follow my Twitter at the Dragon Hat, and you should be able to be informed by that. Okay, right. I am going to end it. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Okay.
X-Dash crashes, yeah.
Yeah. Probably.
GG, well played.